Yep, there we go. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Wilkins Rings. I am your host, Quinetta Wilkins. We want to welcome our social media co-hosts. We welcome you guys. We hope you enjoy the show tonight, and we have an amazing guest with us, Ramel Nasrallah, my sister. Oh, we have been through so much, and I want to welcome her, and I want to thank her for coming on the show. I love this woman. We have been through some ups and downs, you guys, and we are still here today.
Thank you.
And she is newlywed, you guys. A week and a half, right?
Yes.
A week and a half, Miss Nasrallah. I said that right? All right. So how is the married life?
It's going great.
Going great?
Wonderful.
So what is one thing that you're loving about it right now? Is it the honeymooning? Is it just being together? What is it?
We spend a lot of time together since the marriage. Well,
Okay.
since the wedding, we've been spending a lot of time together.
All right.
It's just the honeymoon time. It's just really nice.
Okay. Yeah, that is the best part. Stay in that.
Yes.
At least for a year, stay in it. Hide from everybody. Just stay in your
That's
house,
what
in
I'm
your
hoping
room.
to happen.
Enjoy each other and just love each other.
Yes.
So, Ramel, what we do on the show before we get started is we talk about what we are thankful for. So, you want to share some things that you're thankful for?
Well, yes, I'm thankful for my life.
All right.
I'm thankful for, of course, my marriage.
Amen.
I'm really happy for the way my life has turned out.
Okay.
There's been ups and downs, but I'm really grateful and happy, thanking God for all the different changes that have been made for me.
All right.
And I mean, life is just going pretty much my way.
All right. That's the best way.
Yes.
All right, so what I'm thankful for is, once again, I'm here with you guys tonight. I am thankful for that. I'm thankful to be here with my sister right now just to share this Christmas month with her, to also just be able to talk to her, allow her to share her story with us tonight. I am just so thankful for that. So, you guys, we are in the month of December. We are in the month of celebrating Christmas. We are in the month of celebrating Jesus. And I'm very thankful, and I'm so happy for that we get to do that. We get to share our love for one another with our family members and family and friends that we'll be seeing and having Christmas dinner with. It'll be good. So you got any plans for Christmas right now, or?
No plans yet,
No
but I'm
plans?
sure there will be plans coming up soon.
All right.
I'm just excited to be here with you today.
All right.
We've had so much together.
Yes, we have.
We have all the memories, good memories, bad memories, life happened, memories, everything. And it's just amazing to have someone like you to relate to.
All right.
I'm just
Same
really
here.
excited to be on the show with you tonight.
All right. Maybe we can make it a future thing. What do you think?
Yes.
We can do that? You
Yes.
hear that, you guys? She said we can make it a future
Most
thing.
definitely.
So we're going to see. We're going to work that in the schedule. So you guys, today's topic is we're going to be giving 5 ways how to have a Merry Christmas with your spouse. Now that to me is like amazing. Who wouldn't want to know about having a great way to spend Christmas with your partner? And like this is like perfect for you, Ramel. You just got married and Christmas is coming up.
Yes.
Like, it'll be wonderful. It'll be wonderful for me, too, and all of you out there who are married. It will be great advice. It will be great things that you can put into your marriage.
Yeah.
So, we will start with our number 1 way of how to have a Merry Christmas with your spouse. So, our number 1 way is to listen to each other. Now that, I have a lot to say on that, because I know when it comes to holidays and stuff, us as women, we always are like, we make all the plans. We're going here, we're going there. We're going to spend this much amount of money.
Yeah.
I got to buy so-and-so gifts. So is there anything you can relate to that about how to listen to each other?
Well, all of that actually comes with obedience.
Okay.
I mean, you
That's
have to
true.
obey your partner. It's vice versa. So I obey him, he obeys me, and we both come, plan things together.
Okay.
Like, for me, ladies, we always like to spend money,
Yes, we do.
especially buying
We
clothes.
do.
That is
Yes.
my weakness.
Mine is shoes.
I love to shop. I like to buy clothes. I'm always looking for a new pair of shoes. So with Christmas coming up and just being a newlywed, I'm just, trying to wait and see what my husband has planned, if
Yes.
there's any plans. Thinking about either a little mini vacation, but then at the same time, I want to have all the kids included in it.
I
So
see. Yeah, so it's a family affair.
it's a family affair, but right now I'm just thinking just a little dinner,
Just a little dinner. That sounds good. Nothing
just
wrong with
something
a
at
little
home, and then probably go out, watch movies.
dinner. Okay.
It's not summertime, so there's no way for me to do
Well, maybe we
my
can plan
famous
something.
cruise and all
I
of
know,
that.
right?
That's what I like to
That's
do.
in our future.
Yes.
We are going to have some family cruises
Yes,
together.
exactly.
So our second way, you guys, how to have a Merry Christmas with your spouse is to be a team.
Yeah.
So for me, being a team, I think about it and I'm like, yeah, because I always think about holidays and how you need to coordinate and work together of, are we going to your family's house? Are we going to my family's house? Just even with trying to coordinate bills and getting stuff paid, your house bills and stuff. Like, it is so good to be a team and to work together because people get stressed, around
Yeah,
this time. So
exactly.
is there anything you want to add to that about being a team?
Yeah, if you're a team, I mean, obviously, there's a lot of, like I said, like different. He may have a different way of doing things. I got
Yeah.
my way of doing it, so we both put it together, like talk it over,
Okay, all right.
and just make the best decision for us. Money wise, we want to make sure it's not something too expensive.
Yes,
you know,
understood.
So being a team is important because you want to be sure that you're doing it together, so one person is not going to get upset about it, or it becomes embarrassing. There's not sufficient funds
Yes,
to do a
understood.
certain
thing.
activity. Yeah, so
I also think that being a team, you need to be on one accord, in everything that we do, because if we're not, then there's confusion. One person's doing one thing, the other's doing
Yes.
another. So that is our number 2 way of how to spend a Merry Christmas with your spouse, is being a team. So now our third way of spending Merry Christmas with your spouse is to make a plan together. So it is always good to sit down, and plan out your month, whether you do it week by week,
yes.
month by month. It's good to sit down and plan. Okay, honey, what are we going to be doing this week? Let's sit down and talk about it so that we're on the same page and we know what is taking place. So how does that work for you in your household?
Well, actually, we were just doing that today,
Oh, okay.
where we're sitting there and just writing down things that we can do every week.
Okay.
Like
All
maybe, like today we went out and we had lunch.
Okay.
So,
So you planned for lunch today?
Yes. So
Okay.
like days that he's off from work or I'm off and not doing anything, we get a day a week that we can go out, or one day can just be like movie day,
Okay.
where we just spend that time together. So at least we're putting down today 2 things we can do.
Okay.
Going out to eat once a week or once every other week. It doesn't
I
have
like
to be
that.
an expensive restaurant, just
Yes. Just something.
something,
Just
even if
spending
you're
that
just gonna
quality
get
time.
a little dessert or just something to snack on, but just going out and doing things together.
Okay.
And then last night we had movie night. So we
okay.
just sat there and watched like 3 movies back to back. Those are
okay.
things that help you also in your relationship,
It
that
does.
makes
It does.
you don't get bored. You just enjoy it
And you don't have to spend any money.
you're not spending money. You just
Yes.
look for something nice. You got movies, you pop it into the DVR and the DVD player, and you just go on and have fun.
good. I remember when we first got married, I took a jar and I wrote down, it was our date night jar. So what we would do is I'd write out like little things like go to a garage sale together. We would do little stuff like that, and we pick one out once a week, and we do it every Saturday. We
It's
plan
fun.
something.
It's fun.
So that's another idea or way of you can kind of spice it up, make it fun, and you can do things that aren't cost effective, that don't cost that much. So yeah, that's something that we tried, and it went well.
Yeah.
So our fourth way, you guys, of how to have a Merry Christmas with your spouse is to keep your focus. Now that is very important. We just, even in church last Sunday, it was a week and a half ago on her wedding day, we had our apostle, sorry guys, had a sermon on like being focused, and even in your marriage, you know, like you have to be focused, you and your partner, you know, you have to have that focus straight ahead, you know, and let all distractions go, you know, just leave them by the wayside. So I like how it said to keep your focus. So one thing that works for us about keeping our focus is when things do arise or issues come up, we usually sit down and talk about it, and we're like, I don't think we should really be entertaining this no more because it's not really, it's not benefiting us. So we just throw it to the side. So is there anything you want to add to keep your focus?
That is a very, very important factor. If you keep your focus in your relationship, it goes well.
Yeah,
like, you know, referring back to our apostle sermon, he was pretty much like advising us on the day of our wedding. He was telling us about, you know, tuning people out from the outside.
Yes.
So that's what I'm already practicing in a week and a half. If I feel like he's not looking happy about something, or he doesn't, you know, I just feel his vibe and it doesn't look like he's happy, I will tell him, okay, honey, we need to sit down and talk about this, or what's the matter? You don't look too happy. Let's talk about this, you know, instead of going out and calling somebody, or even calling you and saying, oh, you know, this is going on with him or this or that, you know, kind of just deal with it together first. And if it doesn't get better, most time if you talk it over together is usually the best way. You know, so you have to be careful what you take from the outside. You have to be careful who you're sharing things with. Because if you share share it with the wrong person, that person is gonna probably give you the wrong advice, and you're gonna just mess up everything. So for me, I just say, okay, you don't look happy, or is everything okay? Or like some mornings I'll get up and be like, okay, we're married couples now. Do you have any problems yet? Are you still happy you're married to me? Are you regretting that I'm your wife? You know, I bring up stuff and he's looking at me like I'm crazy, but I'm like, hey, I'm just making sure everything here is fine.
Yes.
Because I don't want to have that problem starting from the beginning. And then sometimes
and
you
not
just
saying nothing.
If you overlook it, it goes and it goes and it goes, and that's how down the road people just don't make it.
Yep, they split.
So closing your ears from the outside.
Who you let inside of your relationship, of your marriage, because not everybody has their best interest for you.
Yeah.
So our fifth way, you guys, of how to have a Merry Christmas with your spouse is when you have disappointments come, know that God is with you. Know that you have your partner by your side, that you're not alone, and that every obstacle that comes, that you will overcome it. God always provides a way out. So is there any other advice you want to give for our fifth way when you have disappointments, you know? What is it that you can share with the women out there who go through those things? That's
a really good point, because, I mean, life happens, so you will have disappointments. But then that also ties in with your faith level.
That's true.
So if you have faith, a lot of faith in God, you know that disappointments will come, but once your faith level is to a certain stage, you're able to move on from there and get over that disappointment and fix, know that God is going to fix it.
Yeah, whatever the disappointment
Yeah,
is.
whatever that disappointment is, you know, for me, there were certain time in my life where I had like miscarriages or so, and that was really devastating, really disappointing and everything. And I had to figure out, okay, this had already happened. I need to get over this. I need to just continue praying to God, because the same God that brought those kids before
Yes.
will bring them again. So, you know, don't just dwell on that disappointment. I mean, you can grieve about it for a little bit,
Yes.
but build your
Don't
faith
stay
enough
there.
in God where you know that if He did it before, He can do it again.
Yes.
So you can just move on from that and just, you know, it's also you're praying. If you pray a lot, most times your disappointment comes, you see it, but it's like it doesn't even happen.
Yep. It, like,
Because
don't
you
even
pray
faze
and you get over it. God helps you to get over it.
Yes, He does. And the more disappointments, you guys, the more stronger you get, and the more
Yeah.
you will overcome it faster instead of dwelling there. So just know that when those disappointments come, that it is not the end of the world. There's always a way out.
It's also like a testimony too. Your disappointments
Yes.
can be your testimony, because when you start to do better and move forward from it, then you have a testimony.
Yes.
And you can start to advise other people around you, and that's how people build other people's faith as well.
Yeah, and usually you look back on it and you laugh
Yeah.
anyways. Like, ooh, did we really do that?
Yes, that's true.
I think about us.
We do that all the time, you and I. We
Yes.
always do that.
And we laugh. Like,
We laugh about things that we took serious, you know, in the past, and it was
In the
really
past.
not that serious.
Yeah, it
and now we
wasn't.
realize, oh,
Like, really?
and you know, some of it too also come with maturity.
That's
Where
true.
we just act like mature people, and we get over stuff and just
Yes,
like, okay,
move
it's
on.
done. We moving on.
we do. That's what I love
That's
about
really
us.
good to do.
Yes.
It frees your mind. You're just perfectly fine.
All right. So now that we'll move ahead, I want to welcome my guest again, Ramel Nasrallah. So, Ramel, I have a couple of questions for you that you can answer. Give
Sure.
these women some advice. So, the first question I have for you is, what is the most important rule you have for single women who are dating or women who are pursuing marriage? What is a rule you have that you could share with them about dating?
Be respectful. Like, don't let everything get to you. Don't let everything, don't make a big deal out of everything. For me, I'm the person that smile a lot. I may be upset about some things, but I keep a smile on my face.
Okay.
So, you know, being respectful, if you have a problem with something, find a way to be able to, if you're out in the public, don't just get upset and blab it out and let everybody see the terrible attitude. Keep a smile on your face, be respectful to each other.
Okay.
Those are things that I've done, and it's worked perfectly for me.
Okay.
And if we go home, we can talk about it. Even when you get home,
So she's saying do it in closed doors.
yeah, even if you're home, you still don't have to be rude to say, oh, it's just me and you now, so I can be rude. No, you can still, you know, just air it out. Vent to to your partner. Let them tell you how they feel. You guys can talk about it behind closed door, you know, and usually it fixes itself after a while.
That's true. That's good advice, though.
That's just one of the advices.
Do you want to give some more? You got some more for us?
Yeah, like for people going on a date.
Yes.
Like if it's your first time going on a date with a guy, you know, your first impression really matters,
Matters. Okay.
because that person is seeing you for the first time. I mean, you want to make yourself look nice.
Look nice.
You want to
ladies.
dress properly. Don't just go out dress any kind of way.
Okay.
The way you carry yourself, that first impression, that person, you know, most guys look at you and they see the way you dress, the way you carry yourself, your body language, you know.
So
You know-
I got a question for you. So would you say that most men, they know if they want to be with that person or not after you've been going on a couple of dates? Would you say that they already know?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. You hear
They
that,
do
ladies?
know.
They absolutely know.
Yes.
So don't let them fool you.
Don't let them fool you. Go on a date with them. And of course, don't give up the cookies on the first date.
That's right. Do
That's-
not give it up.
That's for sure. You don't want to do that. Don't give it up. You know, stay with them for a while. And, you know, value yourself as a
Yes.
lady.
Yes.
Make him know your value. I mean, even if you like the person, don't let them know
Yeah, don't
right off the
open your
back,
heart,
oh, I
yes.
like you. You know, just
Completely.
free, make yourself free to them. No. Just
Yeah.
kind of
'Cause then
play it
sometimes
off,
they
take your time, be intelligent. You know, slowly it works.
Okay.
Don't be too fast to do things.
So take it one day at a time is what she's saying.
Yes.
Any other advice you want to give to those women who are dating or seeking marriage?
Well,
Hello, Faith.
marriage comes with a lot. So, you know, I always refer back to me. It took me a while. I was engaged for about a year.
Okay.
And at some point, I almost give up. I'm like, I don't think he wants to get married. No, he wanted to get married. He was just studying the kind of woman I was.
Yeah, they do
He,
that.
you know, it was hard for him to really believe that I was always smiling.
Even through the bad.
Yeah, even through the
Okay.
bad things, or even if he say something that don't sound right, I'm just sitting there like,
And he's
you
like,
know,
"This woman is
I
crazy."
did it all to be respectful. If I had something to say, I would wait for the right atmosphere. You know, so
see.
it's
Okay.
just back to your attitude. You know, I'm not saying be nice and then when you get married, don't be nice. That's not what I'm saying.
Yes.
Don't get me wrong. I'm saying be nice before the marriage, continue that in the marriage, but it comes with a lot of patience,
Oh, yes.
a lot of tolerance. There's a lot of things you have to tolerate. You know, you don't have to tolerate somebody being disrespectful or, you know, being abusive or anything. For me, I've never experienced any of that with my husband right now.
Okay.
You know, and I pray that I would never ever experience it at all.
Yes.
But it's a lot of tolerance. For me, I figure it out like, okay, if he doesn't back down with a certain argument, I'll keep mine cool.
Okay.
Two of us cannot be angry at the same time. If
Yeah,
he's
that
angry,
would
I
be
can be
good.
angry. And sometimes, you know, I will say, okay, honey, I'm just gonna go for a drive, or I'll be back. You know, I'm gonna run to the store or something and move away from it. If we're upstairs in our room and there's something we're having a little talk about and it's not satisfying to me,
Okay.
you know, I kind of like shy away from it or find something else to do.
Okay.
You know, focus on something else for the little time being, and when everybody's calm, then you sit down and talk about it.
Okay.
So it's just tolerance. You have to be able to tolerate a lot. Like people that are successful in their marriages today, 30 years, 40 years, 50 years, it wasn't easy every single day.
Agreed.
So you will have trials along the way, but the way you deal with it, that's what matters.
That's good advice.
Yeah, and that's what has been working for me, and that's why I'm happily married now. I'm looking at it like, okay, it's only a week and a half, but hey, it's a week and a half, but we are still,
But even leading up
but
to
we
the
can
marriage,
feel that we're actually very pleased with each other. We're not perfect, but we don't have major problems because we talked things over before the wedding. We went over things together.
Yeah, counseling, right?
Counseling.
Okay.
Talking to our ministers, our pastors, people, spiritual guidance, getting advices from people. Me and Mrs. Wilkins here talk some things over, like, what do you think about this? You know, get ideas from good people, people of wisdom. Not just everybody can advise you the right way.
Yeah, that's true.
Especially with our society nowadays. People have no patience. So patience is what got me where I'm at today. It works.
It works, she said. All right. So my second question I have for you is, what is it about the opposite sex that confuses you? Because you know they can be confusing.
They can be intimidating.
She said intimidating.
Yes, they can be.
So when you say that, do you mean by like their actions, or is there certain things they do?
Some people actually have like a strong personality.
Yeah, I can see.
It's not easy to break into some people. Like for me, my husband, it was hard to break into communicating with him easily, because at some point I didn't know whether he was serious, whether he was kidding around with me. And when you have that person with that mixed personality,
you don't know,
it drives you crazy. So there were days I'm like, okay, he looks upset, but he wasn't upset. He's just thinking about life. Pretty much. So it is intimidating sometimes. You just have to be able to feel your way through it.
Okay.
So it all comes with maturity too. You know, you can't just assume, oh, this person is upset, so I'm not going to talk to them. You can still talk to them. I'm a people person, so if somebody looks upset, I'm able to feed my way into them, talk to them and everything, but not everybody's able to do it.
That's a gift.
It is.
It is.
It's a talent within itself.
Anything else about them that confuses you? Because I know for me it was, trying to figure out gift buying for my husband is hard. I don't even do it anymore. I have given up, because the things that I think he likes, that I even see him buy himself, when I pick it out, he don't like it. So I'm like, I'm done. Like, buy your own stuff. I just get a gift card because I don't know what else.
My husband is pretty much the same way.
The same way? It must be a man thing or something. I don't understand.
It's the same way. I'll think, oh, he likes red. Okay, I'll get this red item. And he's like, no, I don't like red. I like green. But I thought I already knew that you like red. You have this similar at home.
Yeah.
But, you know, so sometimes it's like, even like Christmas is coming up, I want to get a gift and all that for him.
You don't even know
I try to like go online, or we go in the store together and stuff like that, and I will ask him like, oh honey, do you like this? Do you like that? You know, I try to pick at him to get an idea on it, because I don't want to go out and buy something and he doesn't like it. It makes you feel terrible.
Yeah,
like, man, I thought I knew him well. So I'm the same way. I just don't even.
I think we should get gift cards.
Yes.
To stay safe.
It's the best thing. They can go out and buy whatever they want to get.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because I'm over here like,
I've been thinking about it a whole month, and I'm like, I don't have any idea what I'm going to get. You know, even the other night he said, oh, I don't want this for Christmas. I'm like, he just told me he needed this, and I'm trying to look for it. You know, and then I'm starting to go in my mind like, gosh, he's picky. But I think it's just a guy thing. They're picky. That's how guys are.
They are. Well, hopefully.
Something's going to work out.
Yeah, he'll give us an idea or something. Or maybe at that last minute they'll be like, oh, I think I want this. And you just buy it. Just be like, Merry Christmas, buy it.
Just give the gift card and they can buy whatever they want to get.
We'll have it done and over with. I thought I was the only one.
No.
Okay.
It's not only you. I'm sure there's ladies out there that it happens to.
Is there any other things of the opposite sex that confuses you?
I get nervous if I know somebody for the first time.
Yeah.
I get a little nervous, and sometimes I just don't even know how to act.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't really know how to act.
I laugh my way through it.
I'm confused, but my smiles, I'm always smiling, so I just throw in a smile here and there. And even if I'm out on a date and it's an annoying date, because some dates can be really like a nightmare.
Yeah.
I try to get through it, and I would just smile through it, and when I'm gone home, they're not going to hear from me no more.
I know, right? Like,
that's just
again.
it.
Never, ever again.
Because I'm already telling myself, nah,
this ain't going to work.
I don't like this.
So,
I'm not
ladies,
gonna do this.
if you're out on a date and it is hard to bear, just bear it.
Yeah.
And smile.
Just remain respectful. I mean,
there we have
you
it.
never know where you'll see that person again in the street, and they'll say, oh, that lady is so rude.
Yeah, and then be telling bad things.
Yeah, so you never know where you'll meet people.
So is that all you have for us?
I believe so.
All right. Well, we want to thank you again for coming on our show. We
You're
thank you
welcome.
for sharing your amazing advice to the women. And we want to congratulate you again on your marriage.
Thank you.
Yay! And we want to thank you guys for tuning in to Wilkins Rings. Also, I have a few announcements. So as you guys know, we have specials going on. So we have our holiday bundle where you get a necklace, you get a ring and a pillow, and in addition, you get another ring and a pillow for free. And we also have another special where it's called our 5 free weekly rings, where every Friday we have 5 new free rings that come out. And all you have to do is just cover the shipping. So if you're interested in those, you can go through our photos, through our videos. On our page, on Wilkins Rings page on Facebook, we have a button that says Get Quote. You hit that button, you fill out the information, it'll process your order, and it'll send you an invoice of payment. So that's how that operates. So we operate through Square. And also, we're only doing that for the 5 weekly rings in the holiday bundle till the end of December. And then we will go on with some new and amazing promotions.
Okay.
And also, make sure that you check us out on YouTube. Follow us to get some great content, to catch up on our shows. If you want to relook some jewelry, you can go on our YouTube channel, which is under Wilkins Rings Wilkins. That's what it's under. And we are also on Instagram under Wilkins Rings, so you can't miss us. We're everywhere. So we just want to thank you guys again. And next week we will not be having a show. We are going to be just running some replays, so make sure you catch up on them. And I will see you the week after that. So that date, I'm thinking it would be the 27th.
The week of Christmas. Because Christmas is on Monday, the 25th.
So it'll be the 27th. So our next show will be on December 27th. That's on a Wednesday at 8 p.m. And we will have our lovely guest, Veronica Lynn, will be with us. So make sure you tune in. This woman is full of talent, and you don't want to miss it. And we want to thank you guys once again for tuning in. And remember to work, play, and stay fabulous.
Yes. Bye.